Hi guys, this is Norm from the Board Game Museum, and today I'm going to be reviewing and showing you how to play the board game Cities of Venus Survivors. Now, Cities of Venus Survivors is a dice manipulation game, and ultimately what you're going to be doing is you're going to be rolling dice and you're going to be trying to get sets and runs in order to earn different things that are going to help you along in the game. Specifically exploring terrain, getting cards, winning fuel rods, and ultimately what you're going to try to do is you're going to try to get the best set when it gets to the launch sequence. So let's check it out. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with all the components that are in the game here. Right over here you have a bunch of different tiles over here. This is a size 1 tile, here's a size 2 tile, this goes all the way to size 6 tiles. What you're going to be doing with these tiles is you're going to be playing them over here on these terrain boards over here like so, and you're going to be just stacking them up a la Tetris. And if you're able to place a tile over one of these objects over here, you're going to go ahead and collect it. And I'll talk about what these objects do here in just a little bit. Over here you have your main player board, and the main object of this game is you're going to be trying to collect as many fuel rods as you can, which are going to be here. And then once somebody has gotten their 5th fuel rod, this is going to go ahead and initiate the launch sequence, which will be over here. And what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and roll these dice, and you're going to try to collect the biggest set that you can. And you're also going to have these booster dice here to help you do that. Now, right over here, these are slots where you're going to be able to place these cards. These are Engineer Survivor cards. Now, this is a dice manipulating game. So what you're going to do is you're going to roll the dice, and you're going to be trying to put these dice in sets and runs. A run would be a 2, a 3, and a 4. And there's going to be objects you're going to be able to collect as you are making these combinations. This particular one is of a kind, meaning a set. So a 3 here, a 3 here, a 3 here. And the more 3s you get, and then you'll be able to go ahead and collect items up to the last number that you place. This over here, this can be any number. So I could place a 5, a 3, and a 4 here. This will get me a size 2 tile. Over here, this is a black V-Knight crystal. I can place any number over there, and if I do, I'm going to go ahead and collect this. Now what these are going to do is if you turn one of these in, this is going to add or subtract a particular die by 1. So if I turn that in, I could turn this into a 2 or into a 4. Now this does not wrap around. I can't make a 1 into a 6 or a 6 into a 1, but I can collect up to 8 of these. Over here, this is a full house. This would be 3 of a kind here, then 2 of a kind here. If I'm able to do that, I will be able to get a 5 or 6 size tile. And then right over here, these are other ways you can manipulate the dice. You've got 2 slots that will increase a die by 1 and 2 that will decrease it by 1. So if I put a 5 over here, for example, I could change this number to a 5. And this would do the opposite direction. Now over here, these are going to be places where I can place these Engineer Specialist cards. These cards will also allow you to help manipulate the dice. So this particular card over here, I could change any die into a 3. This particular one here, I could make a die go down 2 in value. And anytime I collect these, I'm going to put it over here on the board, and these are going to stay throughout the game. And if I want to use it, I would just simply slide it over on my turn. These are scavenger mech cards. These cards work the same way, except that these are one-time use cards. However, if you're able to collect 4 of these cards, you will earn a fuel rod. And here's a list of all the different icons that go with these cards and the ways you can manipulate the dice. Now, these pink crystals over here are called pink V-Knight crystals. If I'm able to collect one of these, I'll be able to go ahead and turn one in and get what is called the booster die. So a booster die is going to be a one-time use. You'll turn it back in, but this is going to help you increase your chances of getting better combinations, including a 5 of a kind. And then over here, you've got the V-Naughts. You can collect them over here. What these will do is whenever you are able to place a tile over it, you'll collect it and place it here. And this will allow you to go ahead and collect one of these engineer cards over here, like so, and then place it over here. So the way you're going to be able to collect these fuel rods, which are these little things over here, there's a couple of ways. Number one way is if you're able to get a 5 of a kind, you'll be able to collect the fuel rod. If you're able to completely cover up one of your terrains with these tiles, that will get you 2 fuel rods. Also, if you end up collecting 4 of these scavenger mech cards, that will also give you a over here on the 5 of a kind. This is the way it would work. If you get a 2 of a kind, you'll get a 1 size tile. This will get you the scavenger mech card. This will get you the pink crystal, and then this of course will get you the fuel rod. All right, so just to kind of show you an idea of how this works, let's just say it's my turn. I'm going to go ahead and roll the dice. I've got 3 1s. So let's just say I decide I'm going to go ahead and put the 3 1s over here, for example, and then I'll place the 6 over here. This will get me one of these black V-knot crystals over here. And since I landed here, this is going to get me a size 3 tile. So I'll go ahead and look through the size 3 tiles. Let's just say I decide I'm going to pick this one over here. And I'm going to go ahead and place it like this. And this is going to start over here on the blue little robot. And then this is going to get me a pink crystal. Now also over here, you're going to be able to connect terrain tiles here. And the way you're going to do that is, let's just say I won this tile here. What I could do is I could just simply connect the tile here and then place this here like so. I basically have to intersect both the tiles together, and then I will go ahead and fill all this up, and then I can go ahead and continue to explore. So whenever I'm done with my turn, I'm simply going to just flip this over just to show everybody that I'm done. And on my next turn, let's just say I decide I'm going to turn this in. Now I'm going to go ahead and have this and an extra booster die. So let's just say I decide I'm going to go ahead and roll again. And this is what I've got. I got a 1, a 2, another 1, another 1, and a 5. So right now I'll be able to change one of these. So let's just say I decide I'm going to change this over here into a 3. So this is going to go ahead and get me a 3 of a kind. So I can either go here or here. So let's just say I decide I'm going to go here. Now I also have this I can do. I have a die I can put here, and this will make this into a 2. So now I have a 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So let's just say I'm going to put those over here like so, and this is going to get me a size 4 tile. So let's just say I decide I'm going to get this one over here. I just simply have to place this next to a tile of some kind, and this is going to go ahead and get me the V-knot. I'll put the V-knot over here, and this is going to go ahead and give me access to a card. So let's just say I pick this card over here, and that will end my turn. I'll flip this over, and then I'll go again. Now, once I'm able to get 5 fuel rods over here, this is going to allow me to start the launch sequence. Now, let's just say I happen to have 4 of these black things here. Let's also say I happen to have these cards here. This will allow me to bring the value of my die up or down 1. This will allow me a reroll. What's going to happen is I'm going to get a booster die for every one of the fuel rods that I have. So this is going to get me 5. I'm basically going to be able to use whatever manipulators that I have to try to make these dice move. So let's just say I roll. I'm going to try to make the biggest set that I possibly can. So I've got a 1, I've got a 1, I've got a 1, I got another 1 over here. I'm going to go ahead and re-roll this one. Here's another 1. So I'll use that. These 2 black crystals I can use. I can make this into a 1. I can also make this, use that. That'll lower that 1. I'll turn in 2 more. That'll give me yet 1 more 1. So anyway, that's the most I'll be able to do. So anyway, the winner of the game is going to be the one that has the biggest set. And if there's a tie, then you're going to go with the number, and whoever has the largest number is going to win. So I have a game called Marble Dice Throne, and if you're familiar with that game, this is another one of those games that has dice that you're trying to manipulate the numbers. Now, one of the things that this game has is all of the boards are going to be different. You're going to have different powers, different combinations of dice in certain cases that you're going to be able to roll. With Cities of Venus, all of the boards are going to be the same, and there aren't any special abilities per board, but what you're going to be doing is you're mainly going to be trying to explore these terrains, and so whatever you are able to roll on the board, you're going to try to collect certain tiles to be able to try to fill those boards up and get those prizes. Filling up a terrain board is going to grant you 2 fuel rods. So that's a big incentive to try to go ahead and do that. Ultimately, the more fuel rods you have, the more dice that you're going to have in the end to roll with, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to win, because it all comes down to the roll, and then it also comes down to the cards and then to the black V-Knights that you have acquired. When I played this game with my wife, definitely there was a lot of thinking going on, because I'm looking at the dice, I'm trying to see, do I want to use the black crystals because I need to actually save those? Do I want to go ahead and try to save up for more of the booster dice later on, because those booster dice are a massive help. So essentially what you're going to be trying to do is you're going to be trying to fill up as much of those spaces on terrain tiles as you can. You're going to be trying to get as many power cards as you can get and many fuel rods, and you're basically trying to power up to when you get to the launch sequence. So that's ultimately the goal, and you're trying to figure out the best way to do that as you're playing the game and as you are rolling the dice. I enjoyed this game. This game is not hard to learn. My wife was able to learn it quickly, which is something she really likes. And there is some thinking that's going on. And I really like the tetromino type tiles to go ahead and build onto the terrain. It reminds me a lot of Patchwork, which is another game that I really like. I also like the way you can get a number of different things depending on how many of a set or a run you get. If you get a 5 of a kind, for example, you get a fuel rod, but if you only get like a 2 of a kind, you can still get something. So nothing's going to be a total loss. You're always going to be able to use these dice for something. And that's something I enjoy. You'll roll simultaneously as well, so that helps speed up the game. I think this game, at the very least, would be a great gateway game for anybody who wants to introduce their friends to dice games, say like the Dice Throne, which is more complex. It also does leave you decisions and thinking as to what you want to do depending on what dice you have, and ultimately the goal that you're trying to get to win the launch sequence. But I think anybody who likes games like Yahtzee or Patchwork or even Dice Throne would like this. All right, guys, that's my review of Cities of Venus Survivors. We'll see you. Keep on gaming. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Subscribe and like.
And comment. And
click and
share.
Share.
And have fun. Have a lot of fun. That's what you gotta do.